Jungkook announces surprise at Jin BTS concert at the O2 Arena, London. Taehyung becomes special guest, briefly had nosebleed during announcement. A shocking announcement came directly from Jungkook BTS that sparked a wave of extraordinary anticipation among the global army. In a brief but meaningful statement, Jungkook stated that he and Taehyung would appear as special guests at Jin's solo concert to be held at the O2 Arena, London. Even more surprising, Taehyung reportedly experienced a nosebleed while delivering the news with Jungkook during a closed rehearsal session. This left fans wondering, what kind of surprise is really being prepared by these three BTS members? This official statement was not delivered through a public broadcast but rather in the form of limited testimony later confirmed by several internal media. Jungkook conveyed that, "There's something never seen before," to appear at Jin's concert. That sentence was delivered with a serious expression and measured tone of voice, reinforcing the assumption that the involvement of Jungkook and Taehyung is not merely a brief appearance, but part of an important segment of the entire concert. The presence of two BTS members at Jin's concert is not only a symbol of internal support among members, but also suggests the existence of a collaborative project that has been kept secret from the public. In the remarks accompanying the announcement, Taehyung, who appeared emotional, was even forced to halt his explanation due to a sudden nosebleed. The incident occurred during the delivery of plans for his performance with Jungkook, and according to internal sources, Taehyung's condition was confirmed to be fine. However, that moment further emphasized the intensity and seriousness of the concert preparations. The O2 Arena is no ordinary venue. As one of the most prestigious stages in Europe, this venue holds a symbolic weight for international artists. Jin's concert at this location already attracted attention from the moment it was announced, but news of Jungkook and Taehyung's involvement has sent public anticipation soaring to unprecedented levels. A mix of mystery, personal emotion, and extraordinary musical potential makes this concert one of the most awaited moments in BTS's post-military history. ARMY, BTS's global fan community, began showing intense reactions across various social media platforms. Hashtags like #JungkookTaehyung02, #JinSurpriseConcert, and #Taehyung Nosebleed even trended in a short amount of time. Fans speculated that this surprise might be a new song collaboration, a special theatrical performance, or even a major announcement related to future individual or group projects. Although there are still no explicit details about the content of their appearance, one thing is certain: neither Jungkook nor Taehyung would appear without a strong message. Moreover, both are known as performers who pay close attention to choreography, stage nuance, and artistic narrative in every appearance. Their involvement in Jin's concert is believed not to be a last-minute decision but one that has been carefully designed over months behind the scenes. Korean and international entertainment industry analysts have begun presenting various hypotheses. Some suggest this is a form of soft reunion marking BTS's gradual return to the world stage. Others believe the surprise may be the starting point of a larger cross-agency project, or even a signal that Jin will engage in other collaborative activities after this concert. Jin's response to the involvement of Jungkook and Taehyung is also quite interesting. In a brief interview, Jin said, "I want this concert to not just be about me, but about how we remain connected." This statement affirms that Jin sees the O2 stage not just as an individual celebration, but as an emotional platform that reunites the bond between the members and the fans. This concert is predicted to feature various emotionally climactic moments and will most likely become a global topic not only among ARMY but also within the international music industry in general. As a note, this is Jin's first international-scale solo concert post-military, and the addition of two other BTS icons adds extraordinary historical weight to this event. While many choose to wait and see, others have linked this moment to BTS's gradual comeback strategy. In a situation where the future of BTS remains a subject of speculation, every appearance together by members is always interpreted as a strategic signal, not merely artistic. Then, as Jungkook said at the end of his announcement, "This is not just a performance. This is something you won't forget." That statement is not only bombastic but emphasizes that Jin's concert will be more than just a musical show. It will be an emotional, historical, and symbolic narrative for BTS fans around the world. Now the question is ARMY truly ready to receive this major surprise? Are they willing to explore the depth of meaning that might be hidden behind Jungkook and Taehyung's appearance? And is all this part of a larger scenario long designed to stir emotions, restore connection, and revive BTS's spirit as a whole? One thing is certain: ARMY is asked not only to attend but also to be prepared, because this surprise, as Jungkook said, won't be what you expect. However, amid this surge of enthusiasm, an important question arises to the surface. Can the information about Jungkook and Taehyung's involvement in Jin's concert at the O2 Arena really be confirmed? Or is this merely part of a marketing strategy, deliberately crafted to create sensation? This question needs to be asked openly and seriously, not to doubt the artists themselves, but to preserve public integrity and rationality in facing an increasingly fast and not always accurate flow of information. It should be noted that most of the information sparking the current fan frenzy originates from social media platforms such as TikTok, Twitter X, YouTube, and fan community forums that tend to lack journalistic verification standards. While these sources are often the first places for leaks and exclusive issues, we must ask, to what extent can the credibility of that information be guaranteed? Are viral videos or statement snippets out of context enough to serve as a basis for collective belief? This phenomenon is actually not new in the global entertainment industry. The public is often confronted with narratives formed incompletely, with hidden motives that often lead to the creation of false expectations. In other words, it is very possible that the information about Jungkook and Taehyung's surprise at Jin's concert is being played within a marketing spectacle frame, in which reality and hope are deliberately blurred to create viral effect and emotional resonance. Have we as spectators fallen into a vortex of euphoria without realizing that this narrative may not be factual? It is important to highlight that, as of this writing, there has been no official statement from HYB agency or from Jin directly confirming the presence of Jungkook and Taehyung as special guests, as circulated on social media. So the next question arises: why has there been no official clarification? Is it because the surprise is truly being kept secret, or because there was never a surprise to begin with? Some media observers have also begun to question why news of Taehyung's nosebleed, a very specific and highly dramatized incident, could emerge without any concrete visual evidence. In this context, we must ask, was this story created to add emotional weight to the surprise narrative, or did it really happen and was witnessed by credible internal sources? From a critical journalism perspective, moments like this are when the public should be skeptical and reflective. Don't let momentary excitement override reason. We need to get used to asking, who is spreading this information? For whose benefit was this information created? Are there economic, emotional, or political motives behind the viral nature of the news? We must also consider the possibility that this news, with all its dramatized elements, has undergone a process of framing, a technique of presenting information in a certain way that can shape public perception. If it is true that this information was manipulated, then we are witnessing a subtle propaganda practice in the entertainment industry, whose purpose is not just to build expectations, but also to control public narratives emotionally. However, of course, not everything should be suspected. There is also a possibility that this surprise is real, and that those involved are preparing something spectacular, but designed to remain secret until the event day to preserve the maximum surprise effect. In this case, we must learn to place hope in its proper context, without falling into excessive speculation or unfounded conspiracy. On the other hand, public reaction also needs to be critically analyzed. Many fans impulsively believe this news without verification, just because the source comes from an account with many followers, or because the information aligns with their emotional expectations. This phenomenon is known as confirmation bias, where someone more easily believes information that aligns with their desires regardless of factual truth. Therefore, we invite readers, especially ARMY, to reflect again. Do you truly believe this information is valid? Or do you just want to believe it because you want it so badly? Has your emotion affected your ability to think critically? Are you aware that most viral content today is made not to inform, but to influence emotionally and algorithmically? Remember that today's entertainment world operates in an ecosystem driven by algorithms, clicks, and emotion monetization. Thank you.